Again, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Ufosu Godwin, I'm a marketing professional and a marketing trainer. In today's video, we're going to talk about SEO strategies, 4 powerful SEO strategies that every business that is actually into digital marketing must know. You have a website for your business, you have social media profiles, etc. Now, the point is, are your SEO strategies working out? I'm not here to define what SEO is. You can just do your research on search engine optimization, that's SEO. But today I want to talk about the 4 powerful strategies. In this online world where a lot of brands are fighting to gain exposure when people search for keywords related to their businesses and their industry, every business wants to make sure that they fall within the top 5 search results when people search for their or keywords related to their business and their industry. Now, let's look at the 4-pronged strategies that can help you rank when people search for keywords related to your business and your industry, or to your product and to your brands and services as well. First of all, we need to look at these 4 powerful strategies. We have authority, we have trust, we have relevance, and we have user behavior. Authority, trust, relevance, and user behavior. Now, let's look at authority. How or why does authority matters when it comes to search engine optimization? You see, the reputation of your website is very important to search engines like Google, like Yahoo, etc. This is because search engines ensure that they find out about the trustworthiness of your website when pushing your website or ranking your website within search results. So there are 2 issues here that are involved when it comes to authority. Domain authority, that is your overall site trust, and then the authority of your page, the trustworthiness of each page on your website. You see, it's also important to also think about backlinks. Backlinks are simply other websites or other reputable websites that your business website is actually pointing to or linked to. So for example, if you run a hotel and you have your business registered on, for example, booking.com. Booking.com is a very reputable website. So that's another form of a backlink, right? There are several backlinks that but we're not here to discuss backlinks. Or maybe you have your hotel registered on any other sites related to your industry that has reputation, right? You see, the more quality backlinks that you get, the more search engines recognize your website and see it to be credible. Ensure that you have better backlinks, or you point your website towards credible websites, right? Now let's look at building authority through content and outreach. So we are still under authority. It is important to create content that answer users' questions. So when you are creating your website, it is not only about looking at algorithms and Google bots or search engine bots, but you should also look at the users that will be using. What questions are they asking? So create helpful content that will make people love and trust your site. Give value, solve problems, and answer questions. So for example, if you want to reach out to people that need budget-friendly, let's say logistics services or affordable logistics services, then you need to make sure that in your website you use that particular keyword, affordable logistics or budget-friendly logistics, so that when people go and search for affordable or budget-friendly logistics or delivery service, they will be able to see your website in search results. It is important, as a matter of fact, to ensure that you earn this type of loyalty, right? And as a matter of fact, even shares of your website. Because when your website solves problems, people then begin to trust that particular website. It is important to always ensure that you measure the progress of your site or website's authority. There are tools like SEM Rush, Ahrefs, and more. These tools will help you score your site's authority. You know what? Authority is measured on a scale of 0 to 100, right? So it is important to always monitor your authority score, right? Now let's look at the next, that is trust. The next of the four, that is trust. To enhance your SEO performance, trust is also very important. Trust influences how your website also appears in search engine results. When people see your website to be trustworthy, they get, for example, positive reviews on your website, or realize that your website have security in place. For example, HTTPS instead of HTTP. This gains some kind of trust. Trust affects ranking and how visitors engage with your website. If users don't trust your website, they will quickly leave, and that's what we call the bounce rate, right? And a higher bounce rate simply means that you're not going to get conversions, right? And this also signals to the search engines that your website is not trustworthy. So you wouldn't have a good ranking. To maintain and build trust, ensure that you put security features on your website. Instead of your website being www.http, your website should be www.https, right? Also, ensure that your website loads faster. There are tools within the Google Tools framework where you can use to check your website speed. For example, you go to Google search for website speed test. You should also ensure that you, as a matter of fact, optimize your website for other devices. So there's a mobile friendly test on Google. Just go to Google, type mobile friendly test. Google mobile friendly test is going to give you a page and a space where you put your website address, and it will check the optimization of your website as to mobile friendliness, etc. Right. It is also important, as a matter of fact, to fix errors on your website. Like I said earlier on, put customer reviews and testimonials. This would also signal that you are trustworthy and you are reliable. Ensure you have your contact info and make it easy to find. Ensure you also look at data policies and privacy policies. Right. If you do this, you are likely to get the trust of humans and search engines. It is important to always ensure that you gain trust, because according to many marketing professionals, trust is the foundation of a strong website. If users trust you, they will share your link. Trust is important. Now let's look at relevance. How does relevance come in here? The content that you have on your website must be relevant to your users. That is what users want, and this can help you also rank better. If users find that whatever they want, they can easily find on your website, your bounce rate is less and they stay longer on your website. And this could also lead to shares of your website. So relevance is important. It boosts your ranking as well. So it is important for you to get to know what your users are looking for and put that in your website. Undertake keyword research to find out exactly what people are looking for. So for example, either people need information, or people want to do transaction, people want to navigate, find out about user intent. So your website should either be informational, navigational, or transactional. It is important to also create user related content. There are tools out there that you can use to find out about what people are looking for in relation to your product. For example, you can use the Google Keyword Planner, which is a free tool, or use keywordtool.io, which is also a very interesting and fantastic tool. So it is important, as a matter of fact, to get to research keywords to be able to find out what people want so that you can put that in your content on your website. So for example, if somebody searches for best hotels, your page should review top options, right? And include tips concerning best hotels, so that your content relates to what users are looking for. In fact, content that is linked to what users want always beats a page that is generic and does not provide user relevance and experience. Also, you can also enhance the relevance of your website with semantic search and what we call snippets. Use related keywords and natural language to improve relevance. Answer questions concisely for featured snippets. Use bullet points, numbered lists, and clear headings. This makes your content to appear in a much rich results. Now, let's look at user behavior and SEO. It is important to understand user behavior and the metrics associated with user behavior. How often do visitors interact with your site? What is the bounce rate? I talk about the bounce rate being when the person visiting your website and quickly leaving your website. What is the bounce rate? How many pages per session? What is the click-through rate? How many times they click through your content on your website? All these are important. You can use Google Analytics, and this will give you information about all this. So if you are not even into proper website design and SEO, you're not an SEO marketer, not a digital marketer, you can ask your digital marketer or your website developer to ensure that he links your website to Google Analytics so that you'll be able to get all this information from Google Analytics. So bounce rate, click-through rate, pages per session, and so on and so forth are very important. If visitors or users go to your website and they quickly leave the website, then you should be ready to get to understand that your content might not be satisfying. It is not always that the content is not satisfying. Sometimes it could be out of result of navigation and then speed as well. Right. If they look through other pages, then you should know that your page or your website is actually something they need. So set up a Google Analytics. Also set up Google Search Console. This will give you insights as to how well your website is performing. It will track your users, for example, from where they come from, pages they visit, and even the time they spend on your website. This will also help you to identify gaps so that you'll be able to use the right keywords, the call to action, and the layout to keep your website in shape. Optimize your page for every device, because this is also very important when it comes to user behavior. If your website cannot show well on my mobile phone or on my tablet, and it can only show well on desktop, You should know that people are using platforms across board. This may also affect your ranking, right? So it is important to get to know this. Ensure that you personalize your content to what users are searching for, right? Also, use fonts that are clear and easily navigable and readable, right? Try different images and formats. Experiment and then monitor your performance using Google Analytics and Google Search Console. So before we leave, put this in mind. Authority, trust, relevance, and user behavior is important when it comes to SEO. If you love this video, hit the subscribe button and subscribe. Don't forget to comment, share, and like. Thank you very much.